This is the morning of the 26th of July, 2024. Clip put up by Fox, written by Greg Wiener, Wehner, published on the 25th. Sinaloa Cartel co-founder El Mayo taken into custody. Ismael El Mayo Zambada Garcia, co-founder of the Sinaloa Cartel with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Let's listen to this 8-minute and 25-second clip. Jesse Waters.
What will the Trump-Vance agenda look like? And have they ever golfed together? This weekend, we flew to Grand Rapids, Michigan to ask them. Here's part 2 of our exclusive interview. Have you guys spent time playing golf together?
A couple times. I think the president, I hit the ball pretty well, but I have a pretty high handicap. And when the president asked me how high my handicap was, he said, well, you got a beautiful swing, so you must have a terrible short game, which is true. It is accurate.
You might get to work on that. I know you like to play.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't know if I'm good enough to play that much with you. About once a year is probably all I can take.
You guys will be pretty
he plays
busy.
fast. He's like what are you, a scratch golfer?
Yeah, well, right in that neighborhood, pretty good. I won a lot of club championships.
Can Kai beat you at golf?
Well, I'll tell you what, within a short period of time, she'll be able to.
Not now.
I don't want to say. Let's.
You have a rivalry with her.
Oh, she's going to be good. She's going to be really good. I mean, she's really a top young player for her age. She's incredible, I would say.
You probably won't have that much time for golf if you're as fortunate as we expect to get elected. Mexico, are strikes against the cartel still on the table?
Absolutely.
Even against our biggest trading partner?
Absolutely. Mexico's going to have to straighten it out really fast, or the answer is absolutely. They're killing 300,000 people a year with fentanyl coming in. And China, by the way, will do what they have to do. They're going to do it just like I had to deal with President Xi, but then Biden never took it over. They were going to give the death penalty to anybody sending fentanyl our way. And that was part of my negotiation. They never did it because nobody forced it on our side. Mm-hmm. You know, China has the death penalty for drug dealers, etc. And I said, they're drug dealers. They agreed with me. He agreed with me. Death penalty for drug dealers. Death penalty for people that send fentanyl into our country. And that would have made a big difference. But you know what happened? Nothing, because when Biden came in, nothing happened. And I don't know why he's so soft on China, but boy, is he soft on China. But China's sending almost 100% of it is from China to the Mexican border, and then it's coming in. Mexico is going to be given a very short period of time to police their border. I'm sure they're going to do not well. And then you're going to see the action start. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to have a lot of people living. They're killing 350,000, not 100,000 or 90. I'd like to say 100. It's a lot of people. That's 2 Yankee stadiums, okay? Mm-hmm. They're killing 300,000 people, maybe more than that, and destroying families. Even if there's no death, they're destroying families. The families are decimated and they're destroyed.
And Senator, your mother, victim of addiction, how'd she kick it?
She kept on getting back on the horse. I know a lot of families struggle with addiction. I think my message is there is hope on the other side of addiction. You just have to keep on at it. And she's getting close to 10 years clean and sober. But to the president's point about this, if the poison that is coming across the border now had been coming across 20 years ago, I don't think that my mom would be here. And she's a great grandma to our 3 grandkids. And it's so just good to see her happy and healthy. A lot of families. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. She was so excited to be sitting next to you, and you were very kind to her, and I appreciate that. But a lot of families don't get that chance at a second chance because of that poison that Biden's letting into the country right now. It's funny that people accuse us of being bombastic for saying the cartels, we need to go after them. What about American citizens who are losing their lives by the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands because we won't do something serious about the cartels? That's what's reckless. It's not actually doing something to stop them. I actually believe, Jesse, that the Mexican government, even though they couldn't say that, they want President Trump to be serious about the cartels because that poison is destabilizing their country too. $14 billion coming into the cartels, and that was a couple of years ago. It's probably more today. They're not going to be a real country anymore. They're going to become a narco state unless we get some control over this.
Yeah, we could be a narco state too.
We're getting close to it.
Are you prepared for the hysteria
from the left legally,
Yeah.
bureaucratically, when you do mass deportations?
So Dwight Eisenhower, who people consider a moderate, he probably wasn't as moderate as people think, but Dwight Eisenhower did the largest deportation ever in this country. He was very big on people not coming into our countries, people breaking our sealed borders, right? And the hardest thing in a certain way is exactly what you said. We have to get some very bad people out of this country. And as soon as we grab, perhaps we take a woman with 2 children, 3 children, she shouldn't be here, but she's a nice woman, the children are beautiful, and all of a sudden it ends up being a front page story of the liberal newspapers. And you're right, it's a hard thing to do, harder than a long time ago with Dwight Eisenhower, right? A lot harder. Nobody complained. In those days it was, we had a country that was much different. But we have no choice. We have to get the criminals out. These are murderers, these are drug dealers, these are...
Take a look at J.D. Vance as Trump is talking. He keeps nodding his head. He's the perfect guy for Trump because whatever Trump says, he's going to agree with. Just watch his head go up and down. When it just jumped forward. So you can watch the rest of that clip because I don't know where it ended. The Mexican drug kingpin Ismael Zambada Garcia is known as El Mayo, who co-founded the notorious Sinaloa drug cartel, was taken into custody in El Paso on Thursday, according to the Department of Justice. Also taken into custody was Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the son of the cartel's other co-founder, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. The Justice Department has taken into custody 2 additional alleged leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel, one of the most violent and powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world. U.S. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland said Ismael Zambada Garcia, or El Mayo, co-founded the cartel, and Joaquin Gomez Lopez, a son of its other co-founder, were arrested today in El Paso, Texas. Zambada Garcia, and now jailed drug lord El Chapo, founded the Sinaloa Cartel. You wonder why they would be in the United States, huh? A federal law enforcement source told Fox News Joaquin Guzman Lopez surrendered to U.S. authorities, but El Mayo was captured. Guzman Lopez cut a deal with U.S. authorities and turned on El Mayo, the source explained. Guzman Lopez got on a private airplane with El Mayo, and instead of heading south to Mexico like El Mayo thought, the plane went north to El Paso, where the 2 were taken into custody. El Mayo, who the Department of Justice was offering a $15 million reward for information leading to his arrest and conviction, now faces a litany of indictments for crimes related to drug trafficking and organized crime in the United States. Well, now you know why the plane didn't go where they thought it was going. They had 15 million reasons to come into El Paso. Today, the FBI and the DA arrested 2 alleged cartel leaders who have eluded law enforcement for decades. FBI Director Christopher Wray said, adding that El Mayo and Guzman Lopez will now face justice. Garcia and Guzman have allegedly overseen the trafficking of tens of thousands of pounds of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and fentanyl into the U.S., along with related violence. These arrests are an example of the FBI's and our partners' commitment to dismantling violent transnational criminal organizations like the Sinaloa Cartel. See a picture there of El Chapo when he got himself arrested. He was in Mazatlan when he got arrested. In February, U.S. federal prosecutors charged Zambada Garcia with conspiracy to manufacture and distribute fentanyl, which the U.S. officials say is the leading cause of deaths for Americans between the ages of 18 and 45. The superseding indictment extended the dates of previous indictments from May 2014 to January 2024, and at the time was filed, Zambada Garcia was at large. Guzman was convicted by federal jury in Brooklyn in February 2019 and sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years. Yeah, he's never going to get out. Zambada Garcia continues to evade capture and allegedly continued to run the Sinaloa Cartel from Mexico, according to a press release from U.S. authorities' office for the Eastern District of New York in February. According to the superseding indictment, Zambada Garcia from 1999 to 2024 led a continuing enterprise responsible for the importation and distribution of massive quantities of narcotics, which generated billions of dollars in profits. In his efforts to ensure the cartel remained successful, Zambada Garcia allegedly employed individuals to obtain transportation routes and warehouses to import and store narcotics, and Cesario, or hitmen, to carry out kidnapping and murders in Mexico to retaliate against rivals who threatened the Sinaloa Cartel. The millions of dollars generated from the operation were then transported back to Mexico. El Mayo and Guzman Lopez join a growing list of Sinaloa Cartel leaders and associates who the Justice Department is holding accountable in the United States. That include the cartel's other co-founder, Joaquin Guzman Loera, and El Chapo, another El Chapo's son and alleged cartel leader, Ovidio Guzman Lopez, and the cartel's alleged lead serial, Nestor Isudo Perez Saladas, or El Nino, Garland said. Fentanyl was the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced, and the Justice Department will not rest until every single cartel leader, member, and associate responsible for poisoning our communities is held accountable. In light of Guzman's trial conviction, his name has been removed from the superseding indictment against Zambada Garcia. Well, I'll attach the link. I don't know why they just don't shut down the borders. Pass it along, folks. I can't do this alone. And thanks for listening.